Hello friends, CS Anuja this side, and in today's video we're going to be looking at an introduction into your economic, commercial and intellectual property laws paper. So for those of you who are new to my channel, we provide for classes at the CS executive level, whether you're writing module 1 or module 2. These classes are purely in English and these classes can be accessed in the mobile app that we have provided for the students. If you're an Android user, you can download the CS Mentor app itself, or if you're an iOS user, you can download the My Institute app and type in an organization code. All the instructions have been provided in detail in the descriptions below, or if you want, you can contact the number that you see in the screen before you and we will help you out with accessing these classes. All right, so let's deep dive into this subject itself and what you're going to be studying in this subject. For this, we need to take out the study arrangement of the chapters. But first and foremost, we need to understand that this paper forms part of your module 2 of the CS executive level. This is paper number 6. And if you have to see the breakdown of this syllabus, we have it broken down into two parts. Part A is part A and part B. While part A covers 60 marks, part B covers 40 marks. And if we look at it in detail over here, let's just write this down: 60 marks and 40 marks. Your part A consists of around 14 chapters, and your part B consists of around 6 chapters. But there's been a restructuring of your chapters with respect to your ECIPL paper from the December 2025 attempt. So if you have one of the newer textbooks, then this should already be arranged for you accordingly. But if you do have the older textbook, then you can refer to how you need to study it accordingly. So when we look at part A, even though we have 14 chapters, there are 3 chapters which have been removed from your syllabus. Now, chapter number 4 has been completely deleted, whereas chapter number 9 and 10, even though most of the chapter has been deleted, the introductory parts have been included in your chapter number 8. All right, this is just something that you need to keep in mind. So, when we look at the breakdown of your entire part A, we can say that the first thing that you're going to be studying is about foreign exchange or foreign exchange management. All right, so how do you bring in foreign direct investments? What is the foreign trade policy and procedure? What exactly is your foreign contribution? All of these topics get covered in the first 7 chapters. All right. However, there is one chapter in between, that is chapter number 6, that relates to special economic zones. So SEZ is a separate topic that we'll be studying about, but we can study it as if it is a foreign investment that is coming from these zones. All right. So the first 7 chapters relate to foreign exchange. The next concept that you'll be studying about is everything to do with prevention of money laundering. Now we did have the topic of Benami Prohibitions Act or even the Fugitive Economic Offenders Act, but like I said, these topics have been merged with your chapter number 8. After this, we will be covering a topic known as competition law and policy, as well as your consumer protection. Now, these 2 chapters, they're 2 separate chapters, each having their own weightage and importance. And after this, we will be studying about 2 separate laws that we call as legal metrology. And subsequently, we'll be talking about a chapter known as your RERA. RERA stands for nothing other than Real Estate Regulation Act. All right. So if we have to look at the first 60 marks of your paper, it generally covers these topics, with respect to part A. Now, if you have to come down to part B, it has entirely to do with intellectual property rights. An introduction into the same, what are the international agreements surrounding it, what are these rights, etc. And subsequently, the most important thing that we will be concerned with is the topic of registration, the procedures, and the remedies. These are what will be covered across your patent law, trademark law, copyright law, design, as well as geographical indications. There are other intellectual properties, but this is what we'll be covering with respect to your part B. Now, when you're studying this subject, how should you study it and what is the process with which you should study? You see, since you have roughly 11 chapters consisting of 60 marks, there's a higher chance that they'll ask more questions from here. But does it mean that just because they have roughly 5 to 6 chapters for your part B, which is 40 marks, that it will be easier? Well, no. Normally, the chapters, the parts which have lesser weightage, such as 40 marks, will have a higher difficulty level. So, if we have to look at the nuances of the subject, we will be discussing this in our classes itself. But if you have to look at the general, the general difficulty level of this paper, I will say that it falls under the medium category, the easy to medium category. Okay, because in comparison to all the other papers in this module, you have capital markets and you have your tax laws. I can say that your ECIPL paper falls under the easy to medium difficulty level. And more importantly, we find that this subject is on the scoring side. Students have conveyed to me that they have gotten 60 marks and above, as well as scored really well in these subjects. Okay, so apart from this, you need to understand that this paper will be entirely a theory paper, and there is no MCQs in this paper. All right, and now we'll come down to understanding what will be provided for you if you choose to enroll with the CS Mentor classes. First and foremost, this entire subject will be taken in English. All right, and more importantly, students will have unlimited views with respect to your videos. Now, this would obviously be subject to the validity period of your enrollment, and subsequently, what students can expect is notes. Now, ideally, you will have to study from the textbook itself, but preparing notes and having something to refer to when you are studying right before the exam would be very helpful. Now, these notes also come with any case law sheets as well as any section number sheets that will help you study better. And lastly, we will be doing a question and answer analysis across the different ways in which they've asked in the past, as well as how to be prepared for any upcoming questions that may be asked. So whether this question answer analysis is generally an analysis of your textbook itself or even past question papers, all of these will be provided to you if you enroll with the CS Mentor classes. So if you found this introduction very helpful or convincing, then do go check out the classes in the app, and I will see you in the next class.